Good morning, students. So, once again, I welcome you all in your biology class. Children, let's continue with the same chapter, Classification of the Living World, in which you have already learnt about the two kingdoms, Kingdom Monera and Kingdom Protista, under 5 kingdom classification. Now, today, we'll discuss about the third kingdom, that is Kingdom Fungi. Fungi are plant-like as they have a cell wall, and that cell wall is not made up of cellulose as the plants have. The plants have cell wall which is made up of cellulose, but in fungi the cell wall is made up of a substance which is known as chitin. And second thing is that fungi, they lack chlorophyll and cannot make their own food. As you all know, plants prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis, and in that they require chlorophyll. So as they don't have chlorophyll, they cannot prepare their food. So we can say they are heterotrophic organisms. And the food that is stored in them is also found in the form of glycogen instead of starch. Fungi, they have a diverse habitat as they are found everywhere, but generally they need ample moisture and warmth to grow. Most fungi, now we talk about the mode of nutrition that is found in the fungi. Most fungi, they are saprophytic mode of nutrition. Saprophytic means they get their nourishment from the decayed and dead organisms. Some are parasites. They are getting their nourishment from the other plants and animals, while some have a symbiotic mode of nutrition. In symbiotic nutrition, the symbiotic fungi live in close association with certain plants and animals. One example of a mutually beneficial association between fungi and other organism is lichens, which are made up of a fungus and an alga. The alga produces the food, while the fungus provides protection and absorb moisture and nutrients from the surroundings. So what do you have seen, children, in this? Symbiotic मतलब mutually एक दूसरे की help करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे fungi है, वो जिससे न्यूट्रिशन लेते हैं उसकी भी हेल्प करते हैं. तो उसका सबसे बेस्ट एग्जांपल है लाइकेंस. लाइकेंस किसके बने होते हैं? फंगस एंड एल्गा. इसमें क्या होता है, जो एल्गा है वो उनको फूड बना के प्रोड्यूस करके देता है, और फंगस बदले में उन्हें क्या देते हैं? प्रोटेक्शन. उनके लिए मॉइस्चर को एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं, न्यूट्रिएंट्स सराउंडिंग से लाकर उन्हें देते हैं. सो वी हैव सीन अ म्यूचुअल relation between the two can be seen in the symbiotic mode of nutrition in fungi. Though scientists have identified thousands of different species of fungi in everyday terms, fungi can be broadly classified into 3, that is yeast, mushroom and molds. Yeast are unicellular. They are made up of one cell, though they usually form colonies of individuals, while molds and mushroom, on the other hand, they are multicellular or made up of many cells. Now we discuss about the molds in greater detail. So let's see. Now we talk about the structure and reproduction in molds. Children, if you observe the fuzzy growth under a microscope, what you will notice? You will notice a tangled mass of thread-like structure. Thread means धागे की तरह. ठीक है? These filaments और thread-like structure, धागे की तरह जो ये धागा दिख रहा है हमको, thread-like structure, This you can see it is known as hyphae. And the tangled mass of hyphae is known as mycelium. यानी जो थ्रेड सिंगल थ्रेड हमें दिखाई दे रहा है, दिस इज हाइफे, और पूरा जो टैंगल्ड मास है हाइफे का इज नोन एज माइसेलियम. नाउ we talk about the reproduction, how they reproduce. Moles reproduce by producing spores. Spores means होता है seeds. Seeds से इनका reproduction होता है, and the spores are produced by spherical structures. Where the spores are produced? In this spherical structure. Spherical means round structures, right? And at the tip of a special hyphae. This is also a hyphae. This elongated structure you are seeing, लंबा सा जो दिख रहा है ये भी hyphae है. At the tip of hyphae you can see the round structure. It is known as the sporangia, and this sporangia contains the spores in it. When this sporangia burst, they release, you can see it here, they release the spores into the air, and when the floating spores land on a suitable surface, they form new colonies. So what you have understood about the reproduction in moles, children, that when the spores they are liberated or burst out from the sporangia, they land on a suitable surface. ये कहीं पे भी जहाँ इन्हें सुटेबल सरफेस जहाँ पे सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं मिलता है, ये वहाँ पे अगेन दे डेवलप अ न्यू कॉलोनी. Now we talk about the nutrition in moles. Most moles are saprophytic in nature. It means that they are drawing their nutrition from the organic matter. As already I told you in the beginning, saprophytic means they are not able to prepare their own food. They are getting or drawing their nutrition from the other organism which are decayed and dead. Right? And in this, the hyphae release enzymes into the organic matter. These enzymes digest or break down the complex molecules of the organic matter into simple molecules, which are then absorbed by the hyphae. And such kinds of digestion is known as extracellular digestion. Why? Because everything happens just outside the cell. सेल के बाहर होता है, इसलिए इसको हम एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डाइजेशन कहते हैं. नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द रेस्पिरेशन इन मोल्स. मोस्ट मोल्स रेस्पायर एरोबिकली और अनएरोबिकली. सो वी कैन सी बोथ टाइप ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन इन दैम, aerobic as well as anaerobic. When moles respire aerobically, they use oxygen to break down food and produce energy, and such kinds of respiration is known as aerobic respiration. While some types of moles are capable of breaking down food even without oxygen, so such type of respiration is called anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration we need oxygen, and in anaerobic there is no need of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration in fungi yields alcohol in addition to carbon dioxide and energy. Now we talk about some useful act of fungi. Yeast is used in bakeries. It breaks down the starch which is present in the dough to produce glucose, and again it acts on glucose to produce alcohol and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide produced causes the bread to rise and making it soft. तो yeast क्या करता है, पहले स्टार्च को ग्लूकोज में चेंज करेगा, and again it acts on glucose to produce alcohol and carbon dioxide. When carbon dioxide produced, it causes the bread to rise and make it soft. It is also used to prepare the fermented dough, paste used to make dosa, idli, dhokla, etc. Now some species of yeast are used in the manufacture of alcohol and various wines. The yeast break down sugary or starchy liquids made from fruit, barley, wheat, rice, etc. to produce alcohol. So they act on the fruits and barley, wheat, rice, and they break down the sugar present in them to produce alcohol. Now we can see some more useful act of fungi, that is penicillin. It was the first antibiotic to be discovered. It is produced by a soil fungus called Penicillium. Then the next is all mushrooms, including the ones we eat. I hope most of you know that some mushrooms are edible. Edible means we can eat them, and the edible ones are cultivated for their food value. Fungi help clean up the environment and increase soil fertility by decomposing dead and decaying organic matter by their saprophytic mode of nutrition. Some molds are used to make flavored cheese and other types of fermented food. So, we have seen so many useful acts of fungi. Now we talk about some harmful fungi. Fungi cause fewer diseases in animals than do bacteria. The most common fungal disease is ringworm, which can affect the skin, nails or scalp. Athlete's foot and धोबीज each are examples of fungal skin infection. कभी कभी हमारी स्किन में जो इन्फेक्शंस हो जाता है, ringworm is very common. So these are caused by the action of fungus. Fungi cause respiratory diseases, air and mouth infections, and food poisoning among humans, and several diseases among pets, farm animals, and wild animals. Now next, fungi cause many plant diseases also. The most common ones are rust and smut, which affect cereal plants and can destroy entire crops. Fungi infect stored grains, fruit, seeds and vegetables, causing widespread spoilage. They also damage clothes, leather, wood, books, etc. All mushrooms are not edible. There are some poisonous mushrooms also, which can cause serious illness if eaten unknowingly. So, children, we have seen some useful fungi also and harmful fungi also. And many more things we have learned about kingdom fungi in this class. So, with this, we have come to an end of today's session. So, what are the things that you have learned today about kingdom fungi? Try to learn it and make some notes of it. So in my next class we will be taking the next kingdom. Till then, goodbye, stay blessed.